Good morning, dear children. Today we shall start off with the chapter Acid, Bases and Salt. And presently in this video, I shall be focusing on acids alone. Acids are substances which, when dissolved in an aqueous solution, will produce hydronium ion or hydrogen ion. Hydrogen ion basically is H plus ion, and hydronium ion is referred to as H3O plus ion. Now, here before you is a general reaction for an acid. Supposedly there is an acid. Ha represents a general acid which, when dissolved in water, will produce hydronium ion, H3O plus ion, and A minus. You can see H3O plus, this is a particle or ion which gives acids their characteristic features. Now next comes is how to identify whether a substance has an acid or not. If it tastes sour, then it is an acid. If the litmus solution, if the litmus solution turns into red, then it has an acid, or it has to be corrosive on your skin. Remember, it's not necessary that every acid will be highly corrosive. It may be some of the acids that is more corrosive than the other. Let's come and classify the following acids. Now, the acids can be classified basis on 4 categories. First one is your source, the second one is concentration, third one is strength, and fourth one is basicity. So let us first classify the acid on basis of the source. Now, if we can focus on this, source is from where we derive the acid, and they can be of two types, organic and inorganic. And organic acids are those acids which is derived directly from the plants and animal. There are a number of such kind of an acid that is available to us today, like for example citric acid, oxalic acid. Then we have your malic acid. These all have origin from the plant's basis. Like citric acid is derived from citrus fruits. We have got malic acid which is derived from malice or apples. Formic acid is derived from ants, or also called as formis in Latin. Similarly, an inorganic acid is an acid which is derived from the natural minerals, for example HCl, HNO3, H2SO4. These all come under inorganic acids. The second method of classification is the concentration. So basically, what is concentration? Concentration is the amount of an acid molecule present in a definite amount of aqueous solution, and based on this it can be either categorized as concentrated acid or a dilute acid. Now, concentrated acid basically consists of more number of acid molecule than water molecules, whereas dilute acid will contain more of water molecule than an acid molecule. Now shifting our focus to strength. The strength of an acid basically refers to the degree of dissociation. That means to what extent an acid has dissociated or ionized in aqueous solution. Now there are acids which ionizes completely, and there are acids which ionizes partially. We'll focus on first weak acids. Weak acids are those acids which ionizes only partially. Like for example CH3COOH. Now this ionizes only partially to give CH3COO minus plus H plus. Now in this condition, there are two types of molecules that will be existing over here. The first one would be molecules and other would be ion. The solution will contain both ions also, molecules also. But it's not the same case with the strong acids. Strong acids will dissociate absolutely completely, like HCl will dissociate completely to give H plus and Cl minus. So therefore they are categorized as strong acids. Now let's talk about the basicity of an acid. Basicity of an acid would refer to the amount of hydrogen ion that is replaceable present in an acid. Like for example, there are acids like HCl which contains only one replaceable hydrogen atom, Therefore, they are categorized as monobasic acid. Dibasic acid will have two replaceable hydrogen atom. For example, sulfuric acid. Tribasic is phosphoric acid, which contains three replaceable hydrogen atom. And tetrabasic acids are those acids which have four replaceable hydrogen atom. Now let's shift our focus on preparation of an acid. An acid can be prepared by four methods. The first one you can see is synthesis method, in which hydrogen combines with a non-metal directly to form an acid. For example, H2 plus Cl2 will form 2HCl. Similarly, H2 plus S will combine to form H2S, hydrogen sulfide, which also have a characteristic smell that is called as rotten egg smell. Next method of preparation is action of water on acidic oxide. Whenever an acidic oxide is mixed with water, it produces an acid. For example, sulfur trioxide, SO3, in presence of water will produce H2SO4, whereas H2O plus CO2 will produce carbonic acid, N2O5 plus H2O will produce HNO3 or nitric acid. Now here what you need to remember in this point, you should remember two things. First thing is that nitrogen dioxide will produce two acids, not just one, two acids. Now you can see over here nitrogen dioxide, also called as a mixed or double acids, now anhydride, because two acids of nitrous acid and nitric acids are formed. 2NO2 plus O2 H2O will give you HNO2, that is nitrous acid, and nitric acid HNO3. The second point to remember is that only oxy acids can be prepared out of this method. The next method that we deal with is called as oxidation of non-metal. So non-metals in presence of strong oxidizing agents such as HNO3 will produce your acid, water and nitrogen dioxide or oxide. So here is an example. Sulfur will produce sulfuric acid, phosphorus will produce phosphoric acid. The next method is, the last method is displacement reaction, where salts of volatile acids is treated with a less volatile acid to produce salt and acid. So salt like NaCl, sodium chloride, you can take sodium chloride and treat it with Conc H2SO4. It will produce what? Sodium bisulfite and HCl. Similarly, NaNO3 will also produce nitric acid in the same method. What we need to remember in this reaction is that the reaction is carried out in two different temperatures, and the two different temperatures will produce different compounds. Like for example, when the temperature is below 200 degrees Celsius, this reaction will be carried out more easily. But when the temperature is raised to more than 200 degrees Celsius, instead of getting sodium bisulfate, we get sodium sulfate, which is sticky mass and sticks to the wall of the glasswares. For today, we will be learning till here. In the next video, we shall learn about the physical and the chemical properties of an acid, and thereafterwards we'll go for identification basis. Thank you.